Assalamu alaikum my dear brothers and sisters. Welcome you all to my YouTube channel Let's Join Pharmacy. Friends, today I am here with one more very important concept, okay, in biochemistry, and this question is for 10 marks, very important. This question was asked in the year 2018, 2019 and 2021. Okay, so I am here in front of you to discuss about this important question. That question is metabolism of amino acid. Clear, it is a biochemistry question, that is a second sem B pharmacy. Okay, second sem B pharmacy in biochemistry. This question was asked in 10 marks. Yes, in metabolism of amino acid, we have to write some of the metabolism, some of the general aspects, general reactions in this amino acid. So stay tuned at last. Okay, and this video will be very helpful for you, because in this video I am going notes of this metabolism of amino acid, although a better explanation. By this explanation we can easily write the examination. Let's start. First, before starting this amino acid, we have to know about metabolism. Metabolism means it is a combination of either anabolism or catabolism. Here just they said metabolism. Here one unique character of this amino acid is amino acid can be catabolized, and also it can be an amino acid, it can be catabolized means break down, or it also anabolize. Okay, this is the unique property of this amino acid. Amino acid means a group of it is a degraded part of the protein is known as amino acid, which contains one hydroxy group and one keto group. See here, for an example, I am giving one example for you. What is this amino acid? This is the amino acid. One is R, then carbon, hydrogen, NH2, COOH. Okay, here carboxyl group also is present, NH2 amine group is present. So because of this two functional group, it's known as amino acid. Okay, this is the general reason why we call it as amino acid. Yes, so let's move across the next concept. See here, in metabolism of amino acid, some general aspects. The amino acid undergoes certain common reactions. Like the main important reactions in these amino acid are transamination and deamination. Okay, for the liberation of the ammonia, that is NS2 liberation, ammonia. Okay, later we will discuss in next pages, in next steps, that is what is this transamination and what is this deamination. You first remember the metabolism of amino acid undergo many certain reactions. In that the peculiar is a transamination, the first one, and it was followed by deamination. Clear? Then these amino acid, the amino group of the amino acid is utilized for the formation of the urea. Okay, you don't worry, everything will be understand. First ammonia will be formed, NS3. From this ammonia there will be formation of urea, and urea, it is the excretory product of the biological system or the human body. It is the excretory product, and mainly it is a catabolized product or anabolized product or metabolism of protein. Mainly urea, it is the protein metabolism. What's that urea? It is a protein metabolism. Then the carbon skeleton of the amino acid is first converted to keto acids. Means, for an example, next step, in next page I will tell you how this amino keto acid will be formed. Okay, this only is known as a transamination. After that formation of this keto acid helps in the utilization of the energy, then for the preparation or synthesizing of the glucose, then for the formation of the fat and ketones. Then it is involved in the production of a non-essential amino acid. Clear? Non-essential amino acid is synthesized by means of this keto acid. Yes, let's move on to the next page. You will understand in detail there. Yes, I have told you this amino acid, there are several reactions. In these, a very important step is transamination. Let's study transamination. Simple, you remember here the amino group of the amino acid turns to the keto acid. Just the transfer of amino group NS2 from amino acid to the keto acid is called transamination. That's simple. Okay, here what happens, this is the amino acid. The amino group from this amino acid will transfer to the keto acid, alpha keto acid, in the presence of transamination, by following transamination. This usually is known as a transamination, and this transamination is begins, or it is done by means of many enzymes catalyzed by a group of enzymes. In that, one peculiar enzyme means that is transaminases, one of the peculiar enzyme. Okay, recently it is known as aminotransferases. Okay, you can easily remember transaminases or aminotransferases. Here let's study the overview or the schematic representation of this transamination. Just remember amino acid. This amino acid, either it can be received from the dietary protein what we are eating, or any body protein. Then there will be formation of amino acid. These amino acid basically they helps in the synthesizing of the protein. Okay, as we all know that the basic definition, that is the group of amino acid turns to form the protein. Okay, and also this amino acid help to synthesize some of the other N compounds, any other compounds in the biological system. Then these amino acid, okay, these amino acid contains the some of the amino groups, NS2 group. Clear? This NS2 group means you just remember this is the NS2 group. This amino acid contains the amino group NS2 plus H. These form the NS3, ammonia. Just for an example, this ammonia, it is the amino acid group. Yes, sir. Now what happens, this amino acid will transfers to the, in the presence of enzyme, that is the transaminases. Okay, transaminases to form keto acid. Okay, this process, the formation of amino group from the amino acid to the keto acid, is known as transamination. It was carried in the presence of the enzyme transaminases. I have told you beginning only that the first will be the formation of keto acids only. Okay, keto acids. Next what happens, after the formation of keto acids, these amino group of the amino acid will form the glutamate. Here one thing you remember, in next page I will discuss what is this glutamate. One thing you remember, glutamate, it is only one amino acid that undergo oxidative deamination. Clear? In next page we will discuss what is this deamination. Here we discuss transamination, means a transfer of amino group of the amino acid to form the keto acid. Clear? And this glutamate, the formed glutamate undergoes deamination. Deamination means removal of ammonia or formation of free ammonia for the synthesizing of the urea. Clear? You got this concept? First amino acid, then it is transferred to the keto acid with the presence of the enzyme transaminases. Clear? Then these keto acid, the formed keto acid helps in energy production or utilization of the energy, synthesizing of the glucose, fat synthesizing, and some of the non-essential amino acid synthesizes. Here I have given some of the example for this amino acid, that is methionine, histidine, then alanine, phenylalanine, leucine. These are the some basic amino acid. Which takes place in the human biological system. Yes, so let's move across the next page. See here, my dear brothers and sisters, the next page carries what is this deamination. I told you deamination and the transamination, these are the two important steps in the metabolism of the amino acid. Then what is this deamination? Just in simple way you remember, deamination means removal of amino group of the amino acid. Okay, amino acid to form the ammonia or to form the free ammonia. Just the removal of amino group from the amino acid as NS3 means as ammonia is known as deamination. And here just ammonia, NS3 means it is a free ammonia. This free ammonia is converted to urea. Urea, I have told you what is this urea? It is the end product of the protein metabolism. Okay, protein metabolism. क्लियर? जो प्रोडक्ट बचे रहता है ना, प्रोटीन मेटाबॉलिज्म, जो प्रोटीन को पूरा मेटाबॉलिज्म होकर जो प्रोडक्ट बचे रहता है वो यूरिया फॉर्म करता है. जस्ट अंडरस्टैंड द कॉन्सेप्ट. Next, deamination may be, it can be oxidative deamination or non-oxidative deamination. Okay, in previous page we explained here. See here, now this is the oxidative type of deamination. Which one? This oxidative deamination. And glutamate, it is the only one amino acid that undergo oxidative deamination, only glutamate. Okay, it is one of the special characteristic of this glutamate. Here what happens, glutamate deamination means, just I will tell once again, glutamate, it is the amino acid, it undergo deamination to form the free ammonia. What's that? To form the free ammonia. Here one enzyme is present, that is a glutamate dehydrogenase. In the presence of enzyme glutamate, that is glutamate dehydrogenase, GDH enzyme. Clear? Yes. Here let's discuss about what is this oxidative deamination. I have told you deamination was followed in two steps. One is oxidative, another one is a non-oxidative. Here oxidative means it is the liberation of the free ammonia from the amino group of the amino acid coupled with oxidation. Okay, the process which was carried by the oxidation is known as oxidative deamination. Here this takes place mostly in the liver and the kidneys. And the liver and the kidneys, this oxidative deamination will be takes place. Then the purpose of this oxidative deamination is to provide ammonia for the urea synthesizers. I have told you, see here, the main purpose of this oxidative and non-oxidative dehydrogenase is to form the urea. Okay, to form the or to synthesize the urea. Initially they will be, first the glutamate product will be formed to the free ammonia. After that, ammonia will help to synthesize the urea. Okay, this is the main purpose for this two, both, which one, that is oxidative or non-oxidative. Clear? Then these after the formation of urea, the keto acid will be synthesized, which helps in energy production, or for the synthesizing of the non amino acid we use this alpha ketoglutarate. Then here role of glutamate dehydrogenase. I have told you, while converting, see, this is the glutamate. Glutamate should be converted to which one? That is yes, very good, ammonia, NH3, ammonia. In the presence of which enzyme? In the presence of enzyme glutamate dehydrogenase. Okay, this process we call it as deamination. And this ammonia, this free ammonia will help to synthesize the urea. Okay, this is the just overview on this what is the role of glutamate dehydrogenase. Let's say in detail. See here, the role of glutamate dehydrogenase. Initially this glutamate dehydrogenase, it is the enzyme. Okay, the group of amino acid are transferred to the alpha ketoglutarate to produce glutamate. Initially what happens, first all the amino acid, here you observe one step, that is alpha ketoglutarate. See, this is the alpha ketoglutarate. All the amino group from the amino acid, okay, amino group from the amino acid will be transferred in this ketoglutarate, alpha ketoglutarate. Then these alpha ketoglutarate will be transferred to the glutamate. Okay, this is the meaning of that point. Simple. The amino group of the most amino acid are transferred to the alpha glutarate to produce glutamate, and this glutamate serve as a collection center of amino acid in the biological system. This glutamate, it is a collection center for all the amino groups, okay, in the biological system. Clear? You got this, the role of glutamate dehydrogenase. Just to remember, glutamate dehydrogenase, it is very important to synthesize the, yes, very good, that is ammonia. Here we will discuss about that. See, yes, initially I have told you that what's that, glutamate rapidly undergoes oxidative deamination catalyzed by the enzyme glutamate dehydrogenase to liberate ammonia. We discussed already this. Yes, we discussed already this. Then this enzyme, which one, that is glutamate dehydrogenase, it is one of the having special character that they will utilize both NADH plus and NADP plus as their coenzyme. You all know that these NADPH plus and NADH plus, these are the coenzymes. These coenzymes are utilized by which one? Glutamate dehydrogenase. Okay, because to increase the process, the reaction process, we are using this coenzyme. Not we, this glutamate dehydrogenase uses. Yes, This enzyme utilize NADH. We understand this concept. You got this concept clear? Yes. Then the conversion of a glutamate to alpha ketoglutarate occurs through the formation of an intermediate alpha, that is aminoglutarate. Just for a general purpose I will tell. First what happened initially, this alpha ketoglutarate will form the glutamate. Alpha ketoglutarate will form the glutamate, and this formation of alpha ketoglutarate to the glutamate, it is the reversible process. Okay, reversible process. So they given here conversion of glutamate to the alpha ketoglutarate occurs through the formation of intermediate, that is the alpha aminoglutarate. Just mechanism you see, first glutamate, it was converted to alpha aminoglutarate in the presence of enzyme, that is a glutamate dehydrogenase with the coenzyme NADH and NADH plus. Okay, and these aminoglutarate, it is the intermediate, the middle product of both these. This convert to the keto, that is alpha ketoglutarate in the presence of enzyme, same enzyme, that is a glutarate dehydrogenase. This is the oxidation of a glutamate to glutamate by glutamate dehydrogenase. Just oxidation. How this glutamate dehydrogenase plays a very important role in the conversion of the glutamate to form the urea. Clear? Just you remember this important point. First what happens, alpha ketoglutarate, it receives all the amino acid, basically amino group from the amino acid, then it transfers to glutamate. Clear? Glutamate. Then these glutamate will helps to form the free ammonia in the presence of enzyme glutamate dehydrogenase. This is the simple concept. Okay, and this formation of glutamate from alpha ketoglutarate, it is a reversible process. Yes, you understand this concept? Yes. Let's move across the next page. Yes, our last concept, that is a non-oxidative deamination. Non-oxidative means in the name itself indicating without oxidation the process occurs. So that process is known as non-oxidative. Some of the amino group of the amino acid can be deaminated to liberate ammonia, that is a free ammonia, without undergoing oxidation. Such a type of reactions or such a type of processes, it's known as non-oxidative deamination. Here the first type of deoxidative deamination is, that is amino acid dehydrases, or you can call serine or and homoserine deamination. Here amino acid dehydrases or serine and homoserine deamination, simply it says serine and homoserine, these are the hydroxy amino acid. Clear? They undergo non-oxidative deamination. Only these serine and homoserine, they undergo deoxidation. Okay, I have taken here example. This is catalyzed by the PLP dependent dehydrosis. You just remember, you don't think about this PLP dependent, you just take dehydratase. Just example I have given, serine and homoserine. What are these? These are the two non-oxidative hydrases, non-oxidative amino acid. These undergo deamination, that is non-oxidative deamination in the presence of enzyme dehydratase, okay, to form ammonia and also alpha keto acid. This ammonia, then again it turns to where? To synthesize urea. Clear? Yes, this is the simple type of non-oxidative. One more simple type of non-oxidative deamination, that is a deamination of histidine. Histidine, it is also a type of a non-oxidative type of a deamination. Here what happened, the enzyme histidase acts on histidine to liberate the ammonia by non-oxidative deamination process. Simple, the histidase, it is the enzyme which helps in the conversion of this histidine in the alpha keto acids and ammonia. This ammonia again it turns into urea. Okay, this alpha keto acid helps in the utilization of the energy, synthesizing of the glucose, then production of the any other non-amino acid. These all are these function of this keto acid. Yes, my dear brothers and sisters, this is the completion of the whole, that is a metabolism of amino acid. If you are feeling any doubt, means you can ask me in the comment section. Then if you are having any doubt or if you want any notes means, you can ask in the comment section, and these notes will be provided in your description. Go there. If you are new to this channel, subscribe, share this content. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.